What's going on, guys? Christopher Lopez here with Jersey Beast TV, and in this video we're going to be covering how to build muscle in 3 simple steps. Anybody that promotes muscle building the easy way or the shortcut to muscle building, you know, it's a marketing thing. There's really no shortcut to building quality size. It's a long process that's based on consistency and hard work and recovery. Now, that said, 3 factors that everybody pretty much knows. Fuel muscle growth is training, right? You need the stimulus. You need rest and recovery, so sleep and days off from the gym. Especially as you get older, you're going to need more rest days. Just how it works. And the last one is sound nutrition. You need good, quality, nutrient-dense food to build that muscle, to repair the damaged muscle fibers that you damage in the gym. Those are the 3 things. Now, once people know that, they kind of get lost. They're not really sure how many sets and reps to do, how many exercises to do, what body parts to hit, how to split it up, what to eat, how many calories to eat, how many hours to sleep, how many days to take off from the gym. It's a loaded question. There is a ton of different ways you can break this up. The simple one is the rest and recovery, okay? You want to shoot for between 6 and 8 hours of sleep a night. If you're getting 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours, you're shortchanging yourself. If you can, try and get a nap in the middle of the day sometime. There's times when I leave here and I got to go home and I got to put up a blog post and I stay up late, and then I got to be back here for 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm waking up at 4:30. I get 3 hours of sleep. Middle of the day, I try and take a nap. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. I get a few extra hours of sleep and it helps. But if you can, try and be consistent with the sleep. Try and get those 6 to 8 hours. It's going to help your body recover, especially if you're training hard, okay? Now, getting into training. Most guys don't train hard enough. Most guys don't train hard enough. And I'm not saying you have to train yourself to the point of injury or to the point of, tearing muscles and that sort of thing, but, you have to train intense. You have to push yourself. There should be a decent amount of discomfort when you are training for muscle growth. Now, if you're new to lifting, you're golden. You can pretty much get away with anything, training like half-assed, and you're still going to grow a little bit. If you've been training for a few years, you have to put the intensity in. For example, most people don't squat low enough. You got to make sure you get low in your squats, right? Your hips are lower than your knees. You're going all the way down, etc. You have to make sure that you're using enough weight. So if you are doing squats with 135 and you're blowing through it for 15 reps, up the weight a little bit. The best way to combat this and to kind of make this work is to train with other people. I'm somebody that likes to train alone. I've always been that way. Training for me is therapeutic. I don't like to talk. I don't like to fuck around. I don't really like to bullshit. I like to put the headphones on, zone out, focus on the weights I'm lifting. And I think this all kind of relates back to when I first started lifting weights. It was a very personal thing for me, and I took it personally. Like, I took lifting personally. Like, it was like a challenge to myself. And not everybody's like that. There's some people that need lifting partners. It's fine. It's not wrong. It's not right. It doesn't matter. You have to do what works for you. But for me, I like to lift alone. For me, I like that push. I like to push myself. Right? Because I am accountable to me. I'm not accountable to my lifting partner. I'm accountable to myself. And I've always been that way. So you have to figure out what works for you as far as training goes, but you have to make sure you're training hard enough. Now, as far as sets and reps go, make sure you're doing enough volume. So the way this breaks down is you can either train heavy with less volume, less reps, or go lighter with more reps. They both build muscle. You should do both. So the way that I currently break up my training split is I do a series of 3 to 4 workouts, which is like a heavy week, and then I do 3 to 4 workouts, which is a moderate week, 8 to 12 reps, and then 3 to 4 workouts, which is a lighter week and a higher volume week. So the heavier week is 5 to 7 reps. The moderate week is about 8 to 12 reps, and then the high volume week is like 15 to 20 reps, depending on the exercise, the size of the muscle group, etc. That's how I break it up. It's been working really well. It gives my joints a break from lifting heavy all the time. I used to lift heavy all the time. I'm trying to get away from that a little bit just because I'm achy and I'm getting older and I need to recover a little bit better. So the higher volume days with the lower weight allows me to focus on the form, get the squeeze in the muscle, and it cranks the intensity way up. As far as how you break up the workouts, ton of different ways to do this. You could do one muscle group a day, you could do 2 muscle groups a day, you could do upper lower splits, you can do total body splits. If your goal is to build muscle mass, I would recommend staying away from the total body splits and doing either 2 muscle groups or an upper lower split. That's just how I would break it up. So you could do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday and Friday are upper days, Wednesday is a lower day, and then the next week you flip-flop it. The next week would be lower, upper, lower, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You do it that way. You could do chest and back, arms and shoulders, and then legs. You can do chest and bis, back and tris, legs and shoulder. You can break it up however you want. But the key is to make sure that the rotation incorporates enough recovery time. Right? You don't want to be hitting everything 3 times a week because you're not going to have enough time to recover. Recovery is when the muscle grows. Recovery is when you gain that muscle mass. Your body, repairs the damaged muscle fibers. Doesn't happen in the gym. The gym is the stimulus. The gym is what starts the process. Eating and the sleeping is what ends the process. All right. The last thing we're going to cover is nutrition. There's a ton of different diets out there. The key is that you're eating enough. If you're not gaining weight, you're not eating enough. Okay? And with all the low carb craze right now, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that most guys looking to gain weight are not eating enough carbs. Carbs are crucial to muscle growth. They will help you grow so much faster. But people are afraid to eat them because they don't want to get fat. So I will say this, up your carb content, but make sure it's quality carbs. Get it from the outside of the supermarket. So sweet potatoes, rice. I'm a big rice guy. I eat rice all day long because it's easy to suck it down. It tastes good. I can only use so many potatoes. Rice I can just eat all day. Pasta's heavy. So my main source of carbs is rice, except for post-workout when I have a shake that has high glycemic carbs in it, which is like sugar, like dextrose. But that's it. If you're not growing up your carb content, that's the key. That's one of the missing links to a lot of guys' frustrations in the gym. Training hard, getting enough sleep, and eating enough calories. Most guys are focused on the protein. Keep your protein high, 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, but also up those carbs. Don't worry so much about the fat, up the carbs, okay? Keep the fat a little lower, up the carbs. If you're not gaining weight, up the calories by another 250 to 500 calories per day. So let's say you're eating 2,000, not gaining weight. Over the next week, maybe try 2,250 or 2,500 and see where that leaves you. When you plateau again, you're lifting hard, you're recovering, add another 250 to 500. Very simple, guys. Muscle building is not easy. It takes time to do it, but if you have all your ducks in a row and you do what you're supposed to do, it's relatively simple. It's not rocket science. Train hard, get enough sleep, eat enough food, and you guys will grow. The last thing I want to cover, guys, is get your free gift on the right side of the screen. My way of saying thank you for watching this video. If you haven't done it already, subscribe to the channel. There's a ton of other muscle building videos going up on this channel. Nutrition videos, supplement videos, all kinds of cool stuff. Leave your comments down below if you have any questions regarding training, nutrition, or supplements for muscle building, fat loss, strength training for guys. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. And check out the blog, jerseybeast.tv. All my blog posts and all my information for muscle building, strength training, stuff that I've encountered in the past is up there, as well as on this channel. So go to the site, subscribe to the channel, get your free gift, and I'll see you guys in the next video.